It's the top of the year, 2026 is officially here, and assembly line music marketers are back with the same career death trap. I saw a post today that made my blood boil. This guy looked straight into the lens and tell artists, you need to release 2 records a month, and for every record, you need 60 pieces of content. Think about that math for a second. That's 1,440 pieces of content a year. Look, my name is Jens the Guru. I know the game. I understand testing, iterating, and the need to stay visible. I'm not telling you to be invisible, but every time a marketer tells an artist to flood the feed with that kind of mindless volume, they're handing you a blueprint to bulldoze your own foundation. That's not growth, it's just noise. It's the delusion that if you're everywhere, you're someone, but that isn't how it works. That's brute force. It's the idea that you can spam your way into relevance. And I know why this advice is seductive. The beginning of a new year is when everyone feels behind. You look at your numbers, you see other artists popping off, and you think, I just need to do more. A checklist feels safer than the terrifying work of making something undeniable. But you're not behind because you didn't post enough. You're behind because you're playing someone else's game. We need to stop obsessing over numbers and start looking at intent. When someone tells you you need to record 120 clips a month, they're not giving you a strategy, they're giving you busy work. It's the illusion of progress. Volume is a sedative. It makes you feel productive while you're actually avoiding the one thing that truly matters. It's like trying to knock down a brick wall by throwing 1,440 ping-pong balls at it. You're working hard, you're exhausted, the floor is a mess, but the wall hasn't moved an inch. You don't need more throws, you need a heavier object. You need a sledgehammer. I get it, editing 60 captions is easier than writing one masterpiece. Filming yourself lip-syncing in a car is easier than building a world around your music. Volume feels like safety, but the dirty secret of busy work is this: it's a narcotic. It numbs you to the real question, which is this song actually worth hearing? We avoid that question by burying it under a content calendar. And here's the math they won't show you. If 55 of those 60 clips flop because they're low-effort filler, you haven't increased your chances, you've actually pushed the platforms to bury you. The algorithm is a filter, not a lottery. When you drop 1,400 mid-tier videos a year, you are in essence training that filter to recognize you as a low-value creator. You are literally spamming your own reputation into the ground. And the worst part is, you start to believe the numbers are proof that you're the problem and not the strategy. Imagine it's March. You posted 240 videos in 60 days. You've burnt through every hook and trending audio, and you finally make something that matters. A video that captures the soul of the song. You post it and it only gets 200 views. Why? Because the algorithm looked at your history, saw that nobody cared for 2 months, and decided you aren't worth the risk. You didn't warm up the audience, you trained the platforms to ignore you. One artist is an unpaid intern for ByteDance, desperately feeding a machine that doesn't love him back. The other is an architect. Think about Childish Gambino's This Is America. One video, one statement. It didn't need 60 behind-the-scenes clips to warm up the audience. It was undeniable. It had gravity. The video didn't have to sell you, it just had to show you. Or Hozier's Take Me to Church. That song was a landmine. You stepped on it once, and it changed your whole day. It sat in the wilderness until one video focused the lens, and then it exploded. The architect spends those 40 hours on a single take performance where every frame is intentional. They build a visual narrative that feels almost like a short film. If you need 60 commercials to get someone to like a 3-minute song, the problem isn't in your posting frequency, it's in the weight of the song itself. A career isn't something that you could just brute force with a content calendar. If the song has enough weight, you don't need to throw it 1,000 times, you just need to drop it once from a high enough place. So here's my challenge to you. This week, don't post a single thing. Instead, ask yourself, if I could only make one piece of content for the entire month, what would it be? Then go make that. I know you're scared the algorithm will forget you, but you don't have momentum right now, you have motion. And motion without direction is just chaos. When you step back and build something that actually matters, you're not going silent, you're pouring concrete, you're building a foundation. And that's how you train the algorithm to love you. Stop being an intern, start being an architect. I'm out.